Let's take a look now at what's ahead in the world of politics in the new year. The challenges for President Biden as Republicans take control of the House. Former President Trump making a third run for the presidency while facing multiple investigations. And the Supreme Court set to make decisions that could have political repercussions. We're joined now by senior Washington reporter Devin Dwyer, senior investigative reporter Aaron Katursky, and White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks. Good morning to all of you. Mary Alice, let's start with you. So what is President Biden's agenda looking like in the new year with the new Congress?
Whit, everything in Washington is about to change. We're about to see that divided government. And the White House knows that they have to feel that out and see what's even possible to get done working with Republicans. The reality is they're going to be playing a lot of defense. We know that Republicans have promised on day one to launch investigations into President Biden's border policies, the withdrawal from Afghanistan, even investigations into Hunter Biden, the president's own son, and his personal finances.
Mary Alice, given the gridlock here, what are the chances of something, a big issue, actually getting done?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like I said, they have to sort of see what Republicans are willing to work with them on. We know the president would like to write into law more voting rights protections, more protections for reproductive health care, access to abortion. He wants to get anything done that gets at the gun violence epidemic in America. But of course, hanging over everything when we get back is going to be this major political question. Will he run again? The president said he was going to use this time over the holidays with his family to make that personal decision one way or the other. Whatever he decides, that will fundamentally shape the next 2 years. With
Yep, a lot of questions about who will run in 2024. Mary Alice, thank you. Let's bring in Aaron Katursky. And Aaron, it's looking like a complicated year, speaking of 2024, for Donald Trump running for the presidency once again, but also, as we noted, facing multiple investigations.
Yeah, he made it through 2022 unscathed by any criminal charges. But for former President Trump, 2023 could be a little more legally perilous. A special counsel appointed by Attorney General Merrick Garland is now overseeing 2 investigations involving Trump. There's one about classified material taken from the White House and found at Trump's golf resort in Florida, and the other about January 6th and the attempt to undo the 2020 election. Special counsel Jack Smith has brought a number of Trump associates before a grand jury, and he has issued subpoenas to election officials in battleground states Trump lost. Investigators are still working to determine whether there are more documents with classified markings in Trump's possession. Now, in both of these cases, Trump faces legal exposure not only for what happened, but also for any attempt to obstruct the investigations. Then there are prosecutors in Fulton County, Georgia. They're conducting their own investigation into efforts to change the results of that state's presidential vote. And in 2023, Trump also remains the subject of an ongoing criminal investigation right here in New York by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which successfully prosecuted Trump's company for fraud. That company is going to be sentenced in just a couple days.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what impact all of this could have on former President Trump's support as well, heading to the new presidential election year, 2 years down the road. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Aaron. And also the Supreme Court, speaking of that, set to decide on a number of important cases this year, including ones that could shape the political environment. So, Devin Dwyer, what are some of the cases that you're watching closely now?
Hey, Whit, yeah, the Supreme Court will dominate political debate in 2023. If last year was about abortion and guns, the coming year could be defined here at the Supreme Court by rulings on issues of race. The justices appear ready to end affirmative action in college admissions. They're likely to limit the Voting Rights Act protections against race discrimination and how our election maps are drawn. And there's a major case that could potentially roll back a landmark law that's protected Native American children and tribes for 40 years. All of that significant, of course. Also major decisions on gay rights. Can businesses deny service to LGBTQ Americans? They'll weigh in on the Biden administration's immigration plan. And a huge case, as you said, on the election. Big impact for the next presidential election, governing how states decide where and how we can vote. Those decisions will be expected by the end of June. And one more big blockbuster here, a late ad. The Supreme Court next month will hear 2 challenges to President Biden's student debt relief plan that would forgive those federal student loans. A lot on the line there. They'll decide whether that plan can go forward with.
Absolutely. 40 million Americans with student debt, implications for taxpayers as well. Devin Dwyer, Aaron Katursky, Mary Alice Parks, thank you all so much. We truly appreciate it.
Well, hey,
Hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.